Have you ever seen a fish go for a walk? No, I'm not talking about a weird dream you had after a late-night seafood buffet. I'm talking about real, actual fish that have decided fins are not just for swimming, but for strolling. Get ready, because today we're diving into the bizarre and wonderful world of fish that walk on land. First up, let's meet the undisputed champion of amphibious oddballs, the mud skipper. Look at this guy. With its googly periscope-like eyes on top of its head and a face that only a mother could love, the mud skipper is a true character. These fish are more like acrobats than swimmers. They spend most of their lives out of the water, hanging out in the mudflats of Africa, Australia, and Southeast Asia. So how do they walk? They use their strong, muscular pectoral fins, like little crutches, pulling themselves forward in a motion called crutching. It's less of a graceful stroll and more of an awkward yet effective shuffle. And when they really want to move, they can use their bodies to launch themselves into the air, skipping across the mud like a flat stone on a lake. Hence the name mud skipper. What's even crazier is how they breathe. They can absorb oxygen through their skin and the lining of their mouth and throat as long as they stay moist. They're basically walking, breathing, mud wrestling marvels of evolution. But the mud skipper isn't the only fish with happy feet. Let us travel to the caves of Thailand to meet a truly unique creature, the waterfall climbing cave fish, also known as Cryptotora tamicola. This fish is a superhero. It doesn't just walk, it climbs waterfalls, in the dark. How? Well, scientists discovered it has a pelvis. It's the only known fish to walk with a tetrapod-like gait, similar to how a salamander moves. Its fins have adapted to have a bone structure that allows it to grip onto rocky surfaces and literally walk up steep, fast-flowing waterfalls. This specialized skeleton gives it the support and flexibility it needs to navigate its extreme environment. Imagine being a fish and thinking, you know what? This waterfall looks like a good shortcut. It's an incredible example of how life adapts to even the most challenging conditions. Now let's talk about a fish that takes walking to a whole new, slightly invasive level, the walking catfish. Originally from Southeast Asia, this fish has made a name for itself by, well, walking. And not just for a little bit. When its pond or ditch starts to dry up, the walking catfish doesn't panic. It just decides to go find a new home. Using its strong pectoral fins and by wiggling its body like a snake, it can travel surprisingly long distances over dry land. It has a special organ that allows it to breathe atmospheric air, so it can survive out of water for hours, even days, as long as it stays damp. They become quite the notorious travelers, popping up in places like Florida, where they're an invasive species. They just show up in swimming pools and golf course ponds, probably looking very confused. So if you're ever in Florida and see a catfish crossing the road, don't be alarmed. It's just looking for a new zip code. From Asia, let's head over to the Americas to find the fascinating handfish. Yes, you heard that right. Handfish. These small bottom-dwelling fish look like they're wearing oversized gloves. Instead of swimming around, they prefer to use their pectoral and pelvic fins, which have evolved to look like little hands to walk along the seafloor. It's a slow, deliberate waddle, like a little old man taking a stroll in the park. There are several species of handfish, and they are incredibly rare. The spotted handfish, for example, is critically endangered and found only in a small area in Tasmania. They are so unique with their grumpy little faces and their hand-like fins that they almost don't look real. It's like a Pokemon that got lost in our world. Their preference for walking over swimming makes them vulnerable, but it also makes them one of the most charming and unusual fish in the ocean. And let's not forget the gurnards or sea robins. These guys are the rock stars of the seafloor. They have these amazing wing-like pectoral fins, often brightly colored, that they can spread out to glide through the water. But the really cool part is their legs. The first few rays of their pectoral fins are separated and have evolved into finger-like projections. They use these fingers to crawl and probe along the seabed, searching for crabs and other small invertebrates to eat. Watching a sea robin walk is like seeing a little alien robot exploring a new planet. They tap and feel their way around, making them both beautiful and incredibly functional. It's a brilliant 2-for-1 deal. Wings for gliding and legs for walking. So from the mud-loving mud skipper to the waterfall climbing cavefish, the overland traveling catfish, the hand-holding handfish, and the finger-walking sea robin, it's clear that the ocean is full of surprises. These fish challenge our very definition of what a fish is and what it can do. They show us that with a little bit of evolutionary creativity, you don't need legs to take a walk on the wild side. It's a powerful reminder that life finds a way, sometimes in the most hilarious and unexpected forms imaginable. Who knows what other walking wonders are still waiting to be discovered in the depths? Thanks for joining me on this weird and wonderful journey today. If you enjoyed learning about these fantastic fish, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the animal kingdom. Let me know in the comments which walking fish was your favorite. See you next time.